gotta let me tell you about this guy. When he arrived and died and right, some people knew why. John said I cleared the way for someone much greater than I, who say knows I'm not even worthy to kneel in and tie. But let me tell you about what I heard happened first. In a Bethlehem manger he was born of a virgin. That means he was different from every other person. Not conceived in sin, then his spirit was in earth. He was the holy, lowly, only son of divine good. But the title's very nuanced, so let's move on to his childhood. Talking God's culture in the temple with the law holders, 12-year-old who understood the prophets and the Torah. The rabbis were astonished cause he knew what he was talking about, cause they didn't realize they were hearing words from God's own mouth. His parents tried to admonish, said we didn't know, we walked without you. He said you should've knew that I was at my father's house. A gap in his history here, cause we simply don't know where he went. It is meant to be a mystery. Some think India, but really that seems shifty anyway. Irrelevant to what he did to forgive me. When he was 30, John the Baptist saw him. He of who in the wilderness his one voice had been calling. He baptized him with water and God's spirit landed on him. From that point on the status quo was about to have a problem.
I've heard of this guy. Nobody can see him. I've heard of this guy. Nobody can see him.
Maybe you're ever seeing but never perceiving. Maybe you don't catch the meaning when he's cleverly speaking. Parables so carefully prepared and air to share with you. Maybe you don't comprehend the awesome sin he bare for you. It's terrible we speak his name so commonly at burials, but rarely do we think about him when everything is very cool. It's true since it's heavenly, more than we could ever be. But even in his flesh he had kings in his pedigree. Still he showed humility, civility to peasants. He ate meals with the sinners and healed those with leprosy. The devil tried to test him, he said turn the stone to bread to eat. Said I will give you everything, just bow and pay respect to me. Away from me Satan, he made it very blatant. He only served his father, his allegiance wasn't swaying. He knew his time was wearing thin, he cast his net and gathered men, preparing then the battle sin and spread his message after him. The priests tried to play him so they could try him formally, accusing him of heresy, Sabbath breaking, sorcery. He wouldn't tell them about what power he derived authority, till finally they got fed up and went and got him forcefully. What happened next was destined from the time of creation. Crucifixion by the Romans was propitiation. Resurrection was the truest proof of incarnation. The wrath of God was satisfied, justification.
I've heard of this guy. Nobody can see him. I've heard of this guy. Nobody can see him.
And just in case you don't know who that guy is, that guy's Yeshua, the Messiah, also known as Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the Son of God.